Assalamualaikum and hi, we are from Group 8 and I'm Nurfadila Zazala with my other two members, which is Nur Sakina and Nurul Aisha, will be presenting on Chapter 4 entitled Cancer Hallmark. What is a cancer hallmark? Cancer hallmark is a process that acquired by the cancer cells in order to develop a human tumors. There are 6 hallmarks of cancer, including first, sustaining proliferative signaling, second, evading growth suppressor, third, activating invasion and metastasis, fourth is enabling replicative immortality, fifth, inducing angiogenesis, and finally is resisting cell death. The first cancer hallmark is sustaining proliferation signaling, where in order for the cancer cell to maintain a constant growth, it should sustain the proliferative signaling. There is where the signal will instruct the cells to grow and divide chronically. There are 3 stages of cell signaling, including first, the reception, where including the binding of a ligand and the receptor. Second, the transduction, involve the conversion of the signal, and finally, the response. The deregulation of the cell signaling pathway will cause the cancer cell to first will upregulate the growth signal and second will downregulate the anti-growth signal. This is where the normal cells are depends to. The second cancer hallmark is evading growth suppressor. Growth suppressor acts as a brake mechanism to overrule the initiation or turning off of the cell division, where it means the signal to stop are disabled. There are 2 types of tumor suppressor, which are first, retinoblastoma protein pathway, which is a direct regulator of the cell division cycle, and p53 pathway, where the gene is mutated approximately 40% of all human cancer. Actually, a normal cells will rely on anti-growth signal for cell growth. However, the cancer cell is insensitive to the signal. Therefore, in order to make it happen, disruption of the retinoblastoma protein pathway will help, and then it will integrate the signal to the cell. The cells need to decide whether to proceed its growth and division cycles from G1 to S phase. As a result, the retinoblastoma protein pathway in cancer cell may be damaged, and finally, it will allowing the cells to divide uncontrollably.
Next is resisting cell death. For the normal cells, they have the ability to undergo apoptosis. The apoptosis is needed in order for the cells to keep growing and also initiated whenever a cell is damaged. On the other hand, cancer cell is resistant to apoptosis. Hence, the cancer cells will keep dividing and undergo uncontrolled growth. The next hallmark is enabling replicative immortality. The telomeres of the chromosome that presents in normal cells will keep getting shorter and shorter throughout each cell division. The telomeres will become so short and causing the cell unable to undergo division anymore. However, in cancer cells, the telomeres are maintained throughout each cell division by manipulating telomerase enzymes to increase the length of the telomeres. This situation allows the cancer cells to keep dividing indefinitely.
So, angiogenesis. Angiogenesis is the formation of new blood vessels from existing vasculature. So, tumor will release chemicals such as vascular endothelial growth factor (VEGF), fibroblast growth factor (FGF), and also PDGF, which is the platelet-derived growth factor. The formation of angiogenesis are very important in tumor growth, as the blood vessel helps in supply oxygen and also nutrients. Tumors that are located further away from blood vessel are in a hypoxic environment as they obtain lower concentration of oxygen. On the endothelial cell of the blood vessel, there is a receptor called VEGF receptor. So after the distant tumor releases VEGF, the binding of VEGF to the VEGF receptor will release protease and degrade the basement cell of the endothelial cell. This will form an endothelial tip cell. The tip cell will then lead its way to the hypoxic environment towards the distant tumor and then branches out and are subdivided into arteries, capillaries, and veins. So the distant tumor are no longer in a hypoxic environment as the newly formed blood vessel provides higher concentration of oxygen. So this allows the tumor to continue to grow. Next is invasion and metastasis. For invasion, the cancer cell can invade the surrounding cell and tissue of the existing tumor, and then it will continue to grow. For metastasis, metastasis is the formation of new tumors from existing tumor. And the formation of angiogenesis has made it more possible for cancer cells to metastasize. Metastasis of the tumor cell first occurs through the activation of epithelial mesenchymal transition, where the epithelial tumor cell are transitioned into mesenchymal tumor cell because mesenchymal tumor cells are have the ability to migrate and invade other cells. So after the activation of EMT, there is an expression of protease that will degrade the basement cell of the endothelial cell. This degradation allows the tumor cell to enter the bloodstream and circulates the body. So after the tumor cell enters the bloodstream, the tumor cell will invade the cell at a new location and then colonize that area. So that is all from Group 8. Thank you for listening.